Minister, good to have you on the program. Look, opposition have been saying, do this a long time ago. Why did Canada wait until the US, the UK, and Australia went first?
Well, obviously, we always want to make sure that we work in coalitions. It is important that we are coordinated. And Canada has been working for months on this issue now. And it was important for me to have these conversations with Secretary Truss from the UK, which I did last week at two occasions, with also Minister Payne, my counterpart in Australia, and Secretary Blinken at least 3 times. I've reached out also to many other countries because obviously we want to make sure that other countries are joining the movement and sending a strong message to China.
Okay, so I just want to be clear. So today's announcement was done in conjunction with the UK and Australia and the United States. This was a coordinated, you're saying this was all coordinated and the timing of this was coordinated with our allies?
So we've been in contact with many countries, obviously including the US, the UK, Australia. I would like to remind people watching us that Australia took their decision and announced it on December 8th. The UK announced their own decision on December 8th, and we announced our decision on December 8th. So I know that because of communications and the fact that we're all very much connected, things seem sometimes to take a long time, but there are time zones, and there are different realities, and therefore, you know, a day has 24 hours, and we took our decision
I understand
during the same day.
But was it all? So it's all. I know it was all on the same day on the calendar. I know Australia's different hours, but so this was. You're saying that this was done in conjunction. Is Canada, the UK, the Australians, and the US? Are you working as a coordinated team essentially to try to get other countries around the world to join the diplomatic boycott?
We want to make sure there are more countries that are joining. And I've been in contact with many of my colleagues within NATO. I was there with them last week. I've been in contact with many countries that were at the OSCE also. And I'm leaving tomorrow to go to Liverpool at the G7. And definitely I will be talking to my colleagues to make sure that there are more countries. Because Evan, the best way to send a strong message to China about what is going on in Xinjiang and the allegations of human rights violations is through the fact that many democracies around the world are acting in a coalition. So that's my goal, that's my objective as Minister of Foreign Affairs, and that's what I'm doing.
Okay, if it is a coalition, as you're calling it, you call it human rights violations against the Muslim minority Uyghur populations. The UK and the United States call it a genocide. Will Canada conclude that there's a genocide going on? Because you have not said a genocide. They have. Their decision comes because they believe it's a genocide. Will you coordinate with your coalition partners and conclude that there's a genocide going on?
Well, obviously, we want to make sure that people know what is going on. There are clear allegations of human rights violations, clear allegations that people are suffering because of the actions of the Chinese government. So that's why Canada brought up a resolution to the United Nations Human Rights Council to get true access, unfettered access of the UN to investigate in a transparent way, an independent way, on what's going on in Xinjiang. 44 countries have joined this declaration. So we've been playing a leadership role within multilateral organizations such as the UN. We're doing it by raising it also with China, and we're doing it through different coalitions and like-minded countries. And so that's our strategy.
Right. Although somehow the UK and the US has come to the conclusion already it's a genocide. Now, one of the concerns, Minister, as you would know, China has already said we are going to take strong countermeasures against the countries that have taken this diplomatic ban. When we hear strong countermeasures, we think arbitrary detention. Canadians think of the imprisonment of the 2 Michaels. Are you concerned and are you prepared for China's retaliation?
Well, we strongly defend ourselves on any form of economic coercion, and that is why we want to make sure that we work with like-minded countries. So that's my first point. My second point, you raised the question of arbitrary detentions. Canada is at the core of this new arbitrary detention convention, which really helped negotiating with China when it came to the two Michaels. And so we want to make sure that more countries in the world are joining and signing this important convention. This is a Canada-led convention, and we need to make sure that not only China, but any country that will want to get into the business of doing arbitrary detention, is clearly under international rule-based order in contravention.
But are you concerned? Look, we know, and there is the Treaty on Arbitrary Detention. I understand that, but China doesn't care. When the Meng Wanzhou happened, they picked off Michael Kovrig and Michael Spavor. Are you prepared for China to take? They've said they will take strong countermeasures. What do you think they will be, and is Canada prepared to deal with them? How will Canada deal with those?
Well, of course, we are always prepared to defend our national interests, and people that are watching us can count on me and the government to make sure that we will be there to do that job. That being said, I was with the two Michaels a bit earlier today, Evan, and definitely the work we were able to do by bringing a big part of the world on board, particularly on arbitrary detention convention, and making sure that we're sending a strong message to China, really helped in making sure that our two Michaels are back home.
You were with the two Michaels today. First of all, give us an update on how they are, and do they support the diplomatic boycott?
They're doing well. Of course, it has been very difficult for them, and they're both on their journey, and we respect that. You and I and people watching us don't necessarily truly understand what they've gone through, but they've been extremely resilient, extremely courageous, and it was really an honor to have the chance to talk to them and meet with them. And as a minister and as the government, we will always be there to support them. So that's what I can say about how they're doing and how things are going for them.
People think, the opposition, and I just spoke to them, say this is an opportunity for a pivot on the relationship with China. That the two Michaels are back. It's time for Canada to ban Huawei, and it's time to have a pivot on China. Can you describe what is Canada's foreign policy with China right now, and will Huawei be banned from the 5G network?
Well, it is important that we take stock of what happened with the two Michaels. And for the past 3 years, I must say, it was our utmost priority to make sure that they were coming back home, because these were people that were illegally and unjustifiably held in a prison, in prisons in China. So as we were in charge of making sure to bring them back home, everything we were doing was really through that lens. Now, indeed, you mentioned they're back. What we said in the speech from the throne is that we will deepen our engagement in the Indo-Pacific. We need to diversify our trade. We need to make sure that our entrepreneurs, our fishers, our farmers from across the country have access to new markets. We need to make sure that there's no economic coercion coming from China or any other countries in the world. We need to make sure that we engage diplomatically with them, but at the same time that we take a strong stance when it comes to human rights violations, which we're taking by not sending our diplomats to the Winter Olympics and Paralympics.
I just have 10 seconds here. Are you going to be releasing Canada's new position on China soon? Can you give us a date?
I will be doing an Indo-Pacific strategy because there's a growing influence of China in the Indo-Pacific and also in the Arctic. That will be my priority for sure.
All right, I got to leave it there. We hope to see that soon. I'd love to get a date on that. Minister of Foreign Affairs Melanie Joly, we're taking this right to the end of the program today. I appreciate your time.